Good day, YouTubers. New Time Travel Jaime 88 here. I'm back with another video, and today, in the honor of celebrating Star Trek's 50th anniversary, I'm going to show you guys my entire Star Trek book collections, plus the books collections that are also in these corners around here. This was requested by Lord Veshta. Thank you very much for request. He wants me to show all the books that I got in this video, so this might take a couple parts to do this, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? Start off the top row. Here's Star Trek: The Cry of the Onlys. Now this is a very good book, and it's the prequel to the classic Star Trek TV series Miri. And I really love this book, and this book is in very good condition. Or Miri, or you might refer to Requiem for Methuselah. Next up, here's Star Trek Sarek. This is the book takes place after the events in Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. Here's Sarek, Spock, Kirk, and that's the Enterprise A. Yep. The book is kind of, the piece is about wear and tear, but still in great condition. Next up, here's Star Trek Enterprise, the first adventure. This came out 30 years ago. I got this at the thrift store, Valley Village. And it's the first adventure of the untold story of the voyage of Captain James T. Kirk, Mr. Spock, and Dr. McCoy. Well, actually, it was not Dr. McCoy you'll see in this picture. It was Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, Dr. Mark Piper. Next up, here's Star Trek: A Flag Full of Stars. This is a prequel, this is the second book of the Lost Years saga, and it takes place before the events in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Now, I had this book a long time ago, but it got lost and destroyed in the moving process. Strangers from the Sky, another underrated book. Actually, it's, not overrated, but this is the book in between the events in Star Trek: The Motion Picture and Star Trek II. It's a flashback story in the events when 2264 in the Star Trek Where No Man Has Gone Before. Next up, Star Trek: The Next Generation Anxiety 2 by Peter Davids. This is the sequel to the 1992 book Anxiety. And this is where it takes place where Commander Riker had to save Counselor Deanna Troi. Not Captain Picard, but Commander Riker to go back in time and prevent Counselor Troi from getting death. And Roxana Troi blames Riker for the death. Crossover. This is the book. I used to have this one a long time ago, but got lost in the moving. If Spock. The continued mission began a unification. There's Captain Montgomery Scott, a daring rescue of Mr. Spock, and Dr. Ambassador McCoy. It's now over 140 years old. Here's a 1989 book, Star Trek Double Double. This takes place, it mentions Dr. Corby. Star Trek Deep Domain. Now, I haven't read this book, but I'm gonna check it out to see how much I like this book. Yesterday's Sun. I used to have the 1999 book. It's downstairs, but it's got kind of moldy. So I got this classic book instead, and I love these borders around it. The lines, 3-line border around it. Blackfire. Haven't read this book, but this is great, new to my collection. And look at all the spots around there. That's because of the glue. I said it looks like kind of a snow. And there's the Enterprise refit, and that's the Klingon battlecruiser. Ice Trap. I finally visually remember about this book, and my mom read this book. It's a very great Star Trek adventure. It tackles the disappearances, this outbreak of mental illness on the icy planet world. Enemy Unseen. This is the book I used to have once upon a time, but I read this book, and so is my mom. This is the best book. This takes place in between the events in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Shell Game. This would take place into the movie version of the Enterprise in the movie era. I'm gonna read this book to see how much I like this book. Alright, don't go away, because I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, I got more these Star Trek classic books. Never mind these other vampire novels, but we're not talking about that. I got some Star Trek Terok Nor. This is some Deep Space Nine. Mom liked this book. It says, before Star Trek Deep Space Nine, there is Terok Nor, the saga of the Lost Era, the Day of the Vipers. Oh yes. And I got Night of the Wolves. This is book 2. Excellent book. And it's book 3, Dawn of the Eagles. This is the old Deep Space Nine, but I'm not sure. I know they use a newer version of the Deep Space Nine. Here's Relic. This is the adaptation from the TV series. Here's Montgomery Scott, Commander LaForge, and there's the classic USS Enterprise around here. I got Star Trek: The Next Generation, Sins of Commission. Awesome book. Some of the Star Trek books that I purchased at the book sale, and some I purchased at Barnes & Nobles. The Art of Possible. This is the Lost Era saga. This is book 3, I guess. This is book 3. The Search. Another episode and adaptation of the season 3 openings. This is take place after the events where the Odyssey gets, after the aftermath of the Odyssey gets blown up. This is The Last Stand. Mom read this book. Awesome. War Drums. Commentation. In the Name of the Honor. Klingon versus Klingons, with Kirk in the middle. Here's Star Trek: The Next Generation, Imbalance. Here would be dragons. The Ronaman strategy. Scroll up some more. A perchance to dreams. Alright guys, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.